Heroic astronaut says okay. Poet_boy says morning BB. Heroic astronaut says subway let's go to the. Poet_boy says let's go. Heroic astronaut says morning. Heroic astronaut says LOL. Poet_boy says where are you? Poet_boy says oh whoops. Heroic astronaut says oh yeah I forgot the card. Heroic astronaut says wait here. Heroic astronaut says right where you stand. Poet_boy says okay. Heroic astronaut says okay. Poet_boy says my tummy isn't feeling good. Heroic astronaut says, sad face. Poet_boy says how do you use it? Heroic astronaut says get in. Heroic astronaut says right click. Heroic astronaut says this way is to the house. Poet_boy says oh god. Poet_boy says ulp. Poet_boy says sorry which way is to house. Heroic astronaut says that was it. Poet_boy says oh fun. Poet_boy says this way. Heroic astronaut says you didn't make it up the hill. Poet_boy says that was fun. Poet_boy says can O go down? Poet_boy says Poet_boy says that was really fun. Heroic astronaut says, laughing face. Poet_boy says I love Tad a lot /. Heroic astronaut says, smiley face. Poet_boy says you did amazing. Heroic astronaut says thank you baby. Poet_boy says Arjun that was so much fun. Poet_boy says how did you sew all of this in such a short amount of time? Heroic astronaut says I don't know it just up on so fast. Poet_boy says you did great love. Poet_boy says do ya want me to place down the tracks while you dig? Heroic astronaut says maybe the road. Heroic astronaut says we should get back. Heroic astronaut says watch out. Poet_boy says 4. Heroic astronaut says come here. Poet_boy says yes. Heroic astronaut says come out. Heroic astronaut says now get in. Poet_boy says what about you? Heroic astronaut says I'm behind you. Poet_boy says Q. Heroic astronaut says oops. Poet_boy says, winky face. Heroic astronaut says I got deported. Poet_boy says how. Poet_boy says how do I flick the switch? Heroic astronaut says right click. Heroic astronaut says set it to home. Poet_boy says thank you. Heroic astronaut says what? Poet_boy says here. Heroic astronaut says nice. Poet_boy says can we ride together? Heroic astronaut says okay. Heroic astronaut says let's ride back where we were. Poet_boy says yeah. Heroic astronaut says and go to the igloo from there. Poet_boy says here. Heroic astronaut says where did that come from? Poet_boy says I don't know. Heroic astronaut says no mining here. Heroic astronaut says PLS. Poet underscore boy says how. Poet underscore boy says ow. Heroic astronaut says I'm out of rail. Heroic astronaut says you almost destroyed it. Poet underscore boy says. Heroic astronaut says the block. Heroic astronaut says they are destroyed if not mined by pick. Poet underscore boy says oh. Poet underscore boy says didn't know. Heroic astronaut says okay let's go. Poet underscore boy says how do we make more fail? Poet underscore boy says rail. Heroic astronaut says I can make more at home. Heroic astronaut says let's go to the igloo. Heroic astronaut says forgot to bring my map. Poet underscore boy says what the fuck. Poet underscore boy says I'm confusion. Heroic astronaut says let's kill the zombie. Poet underscore boy says should we open? Heroic astronaut says let him free. Poet underscore boy says what about him? Heroic astronaut says pick. Heroic astronaut says oh wait. Heroic astronaut says he is useful to you. Heroic astronaut says us. Poet underscore boy says how. Heroic astronaut says we can sell him our rotten flesh. Poet_boy says I don't have any on me. Heroic astronaut says when we come back. Poet_boy says maybe he'll follow. Heroic astronaut says no. Poet_boy says so how do we sell the flesh? Heroic astronaut says right click. Poet_boy says I don't have any on me. Heroic astronaut says same. Heroic astronaut says you can see what else he can trade with right click. Poet_boy says well. Poet_boy says are we gonna go AD and get some? Poet_boy says are you someone from Firefly? Heroic astronaut says no. Poet_boy says a pirate? Heroic astronaut says just a steampunk doctor. Poet_boy says ah yes I see that. Poet_boy says what now? Heroic astronaut says can I have the thing you picked up? Heroic astronaut says the stand. Heroic astronaut says nice. Poet underscore boy says I don't have a stand. Heroic astronaut says we can now make potion. Poet underscore boy says oh. Heroic astronaut says let's put it in our kitchen. Poet underscore boy says we have a kitchen. Heroic astronaut says you can put a flower if you want. Poet underscore boy says a woof. Poet underscore boy says coming. Heroic astronaut says wanna see what's west. Poet underscore boy says sure. Heroic astronaut says let's sprint. Poet underscore boy says how? Heroic astronaut says double tap W. Poet underscore boy says oh whoops. Heroic astronaut says nice place to skate. Poet underscore boy says oh yes. Poet underscore boy says are you coming? Poet_boy says I can make dandelion tea. Heroic astronaut says oh. Heroic astronaut says let's stop here. Poet_boy says BB. Poet_boy says I need foof. Heroic astronaut says I have foof. Poet_boy says thank. Heroic astronaut says K. Poet_boy says where are you /. Heroic astronaut says pretty. Poet_boy says ah. Poet_boy says pretty. Heroic astronaut says put on your armor. Heroic astronaut says I have no RO. Heroic astronaut says no arrows. Heroic astronaut says I think you have them. Poet_boy says no. Poet_boy says back at home. Heroic astronaut says okay. Poet_boy says BB. Poet_boy says where are you? Heroic astronaut says track. Heroic astronaut says oops. Heroic astronaut says push. Poet_boy says haha. Heroic astronaut says ILMAO. Heroic astronaut says this one is not done. Heroic astronaut says but it will go in that direction. Heroic astronaut says LOL. Heroic astronaut says GG. Heroic astronaut says I'll keep mine there. Poet underscore boy says okay babe. Poet underscore boy says I need to go to my room and get into bed. Heroic astronaut says okay, sad face. Poet underscore boy says but I'll text you for a bit when I get in. Heroic astronaut says okay. Poet underscore boy says I love you smooch. Heroic astronaut says I love you.